In 1953, Ray Bradbury wrote Fahrenheit 451, a novel where the government banned all kinds and all forms of books in order to keep society happy. However, one of the most chilling lines from the book comes from when a character directly says, and I quote, "The public itself stopped reading," end quote. And right now, in 2026, it doesn't really seem that far off, which is alarming to say the least. While our books aren't being physically burnt and banned, the need for fast-paced communication and indifference to replace digital literacy and other forms of literacy is running rampant. And if we are not careful with our decisions and how our future might play out, we might be heading for a similar path like Fahrenheit 451, not because we were forced to stop reading, but because we chose not to. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Irhamna Syawal Zakaria, and I'm the representative of Minhaajushshoobiriin boarding school. And by the end of this speech, you will all know why we should choose concentration over convenience, and why and how it can help Jakarta lead to a better future. First things first, I want to get something off my chest, right? I am an avid doom scroller. Like, I doom scroll all of the time, and I'm pretty sure some of you listening and watching this do this as well. In fact, in a 2024 Morning Consult survey, it was revealed that over 51% of Gen Zs admit to doom scrolling. That's over half of the new generation. And if you put a doom scroll as an arbitrary number, like an hour, let's say, that means 1 in 2 teens to young adults these days are spending over 2 weeks in a year doing nothing but scrolling on their phones or other mobile devices. Another study by Harvard Medical School emphasized that doom scrolling can give us a popcorn brain. What does that mean? It means that our brains feel like it's about to pop from all the stimulation it's receiving online. And when our brains are overstimulated, we become passive, not active, passive people. We lose our ability to think critically and to read deeply, instead relying on something like the algorithm or someone like influencers to spoon feed us information we wouldn't have never gotten before. As students today, we all know that the world is advancing at a pace we have never, ever seen before, and that what school teaches us simply isn't going to cut it. For this reason, we should take advantage of the fact that reading doesn't only come from physical hardcover books anymore, and has now evolved into mostly free and accessible information on the internet. At this point, there is almost no reason for anybody to not be able to learn what they want to learn, whether it be through articles, through YouTube video transcripts, or even through research papers if you're willing enough, right? Because whether you're learning about the stock market, whether you want to learn about how to create your own instrumental piece, about how bees pollinate flowers, among every other piece of information, all of that is within your fingertips. Knowledge today isn't being gatekept behind private institutions and exclusive libraries. We just have to know where to look. And learning to read and think for ourselves doesn't only help us as individuals, right? It also helps the place we call home. Next year, Jakarta turns 500 years old. 500, that's a very long time. And for a city to survive for that long, it must have done something right? So for that reason, we cannot let it falter when it's our time to take up the mantle and run the city. For some context, Jakarta has over 10 million people living in it. 10 million. And if you include the greater metropolitan area, Jabodetabek, that number rises to over 40 million people. If those 40 million people are being run by people who are glued to their phones and scrolling endlessly, by people who whine and complain about every little thing on social media, and people who can't think for themselves. That's a bleak future, right? It's going to end up crashing down on itself. So what should we do? We should take action upon ourselves. We should do the reading ourselves. We should comprehend it ourselves, both for the betterment of ourselves and for those who come after us. Right? While we think of reading, while some of us think of reading as this boring school chore that's really uninteresting most of the time, right? What they don't know is that it's actually the fuel that keeps the engines in our mind going. It's what's going to help us and our future kids and grandkids and grandkids develop a mind great enough, strong enough to lead and keep Jakarta as one of the fastest, one of the smartest, and one of the leading capitals of the world. And that doesn't start in the golden age of Indonesia in 2045, as some people might say. Instead, it starts with us. It starts within, and it starts right now with choosing concentration over convenience. So I'd like for all of you to just take a deep look at yourself, reflect on your actions, and ask, are we really fit to lead Jakarta's next generation? Are we? Because the future of Jakarta rests in the hands of those who read today to lead tomorrow. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.